the district's end, and congratulations to Ms. Conway on her re-election. She sends her regrets she's unable to tonight, but she sends her congratulations to everyone in the room and her regrets for not being able to attend. With that, I'll move on to the superintendent of schools to start with our grade presentations.
Yes, and Mr. Pinto, were you at some big world event this weekend? Maybe?
Yeah, a lot of us were there. It was a great time.
Sure was. So tonight we're going to highlight our two wonderful programs, our LARC program and our Odyssey of the Mind program. So with that, Dr. Ostrov, you're narrating, but I'll hand it over to you and we'll start with you.
So we are very, very proud of all of our students tonight, and we have so much to celebrate. What we're going to be doing is watching beautiful videos. First, of the students in our LARC program that won an array of different awards, and then we're going to see a video from our Odyssey of the Mind students as well. So what we're going to do is ask all the students that are here to pay very close attention. If you see your name and picture at any time, it means that you need to go on the stage when the video is over, and you're going to take a big picture with the Board of Education because they are so proud of you and so proud to be able to honor you tonight. So without further ado, we are going to show our first video. So enjoy and look for yourself and your friends to cheer on, and we'll take applause at the end and take a giant picture. Okay?
Challenges we have in life. It's called the Word Masters Challenge. It is an exercise in critical thinking that first encourages students to become familiar with a set of very interesting and very complex new words, and then challenges us to use those words to complete analogies expressing various types of logical relationships in three different natural means throughout the school year. Working to solve these analogies helps students learn to think both analytically and metaphorically. This challenge is considered to be one of the hardest vocabulary challenges in the nation. Investing and finance along the way, competing against nearly 200 teams. These LARC students demonstrated exceptional analytical thinking, teamwork, and financial literacy skills, scoring top placement in the region. The SISMA Stock Market Game Challenge is an educational simulation in which student teams invest virtual funds in real-time stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Robotics competition is an international coding and robotics competition. Almost 8,000 teams competed worldwide from 70 countries. Only 12% of the teams qualified for the invitational round. Teams did 4 rounds of intensive mission over 5 months. Teams showed strong problem-solving, growth mindset, and creativity through coding. Way to go! Challenging competition I did this year. winners have shared proposals to help overcome some of the greatest challenges facing the world today, from healthcare challenges to sustainability efforts and energy efficiency. The Honorable Mention Award places the team's projects among the top 10% of all projects. The Toshiba NSTA Exploration Competition is a project learning-based program which encourages innovation and real-world problems. Students must imagine and produce a system or a technology with the potential to solve problems of the future. Projects are judged by parents.
So thank you all. That was amazing. One last round of applause for all of our amazing. And we have some award-winning teachers as well. So I just want to recognize Dr. King and ask her to come up. And Mr. Graham. And we'll take a picture with the Board of Education. So if all of those award winners go up on stage with your teachers, Dr. King and Mr. Go back after our award ceremony, and Dr. King is going to lay out his certificate on a table out in front of the auditorium. Our Long Beach Odyssey of the Mind teams have met with extraordinary success this year. Before playing their video and inviting all of the teams up for their picture with Board of Education, I want to congratulate our middle school teams and advisors Eric Fox and Rachel Yoshua. We have representing tonight Cooking with Books Problem 3 regional champions. We have McCandless Problem 3, 3rd in New York State and 12th in World. We have the Astronomers, Problem 5, 4th in New York State and 3rd in World. I also want to congratulate our elementary teams and advisors Doug McConnell and Andy Albert. Our elementary teams all advanced from regionals to states and then to worlds. McCannibals, Problem 2, 2nd in the state, 10th in world. Astronomers, Problem 5, 6th. Astronomers, Problem 5, 1st in New York State and 7th in world. And through the cooking glass, Problem 3, regional, state, and world champions. So cue the video.
Let's go up to Astronomical Odyssey Division 2. In 3rd place we have your Division 1 champions. Long Beach Elementary School from Long Beach, New York.
We're also very proud of you and we need our last photo op. So please come on up with your certificates and we'll have one picture of all 16.
to Marvell and their team. I'm gonna go home. Annie.
Congratulations, everyone. You're more than welcome to stay. The most exciting part of the meeting is just passed. You're more than welcome to stay. Thank you, parents.
So you ice cream.
I was going to say, if anyone is deserving of ice cream, it's you kids today. So if you feel the need to leave, we're not offended. If anyone wants to stay, in the comments, you're welcome to stay. My wife and kids are leaving. I guess ice cream is better than comments. Just before we move on, just want a reminder, if anyone from the public would like to make a comment on tonight's agenda or a comment in general, we have our comment cards in the back. Comment cards are there in the back. Just before we move on, if anyone left a set of keys in the seats on like the 6th or 7th row, your keys are up here. All right. Once again, on behalf of the board, congratulations to all the students on all their accomplishments. It definitely shows how we're investing in our kids and how we're investing in their success. The wide range of successes, whether it's in technology, English, math, word masters, OM, or the arts and sciences, it just really shows how proud we are of you guys, and you're all well deserving your awards. Thank you again to all the teachers and the parents who support the kids. in Gold Beach. Anyone else from the board?
Yeah, I just wanted to take a minute to congratulate the students. It's important that we celebrate academic achievement. As Mr. Pinto just said, it's sort of academic achievement across the board. Almost every discipline was recommended or was recognized in that video, both videos that were shown. I also want to take a moment to thank the high school and the elementary schools, middle school for the concerts. High school concerts were last week, and they were outstanding. We want to salute those kids who participated and worked hard. There's so many competitions going on now in athletics and fine arts and so many other disciplines. It's just an exciting time of year as epitomized in the earlier part of this meeting. So congratulations to the students, congratulations to the teachers who work with students, and congratulations to the parents who support the students. And we are grateful as the Board of Education. Thank you.
I just wanted to add also congratulate the students and just comment, someone asked us recently what's so special about Long Beach, what we like so much about being part of this district, and I think this exemplifies it, but also what Dr. Ryan said certainly exemplifies it. From now until the end of the year, there are activities every night highlighting our students, whether they're involved in academics or sports or music, and my answer to that question was, I have 3 very different children that have attended the Long Beach schools, and each one of them has had a wonderful experiencing it in a completely different way. And I think that's something we really hang our hat on here, and hopefully as a Board of Education, we provide for our students and for our families. And I'm really proud to see tonight all the kids so excited about education, because that really was amazing tonight. There was a lot of energy in the room, so I appreciate that. That's all.
I'm just going to add a little bit to that. Also, congratulations to all of our students whose creativity and hard work didn't go unnoticed. We're also very proud of you. And again, what Dr. Ryan said, this is just a wonderful time of year for us with the concerts and the award ceremonies and all of this great stuff going on here. And it just really shows you what Long Beach is all about. We're all very proud of the accomplishments of our teachers and our staff and our students. So looking forward to the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much, everyone. Moving on for student organization announcements.
So, just wanted to talk about, we started elections for next year's student organization, and we decided next year, that we're gonna have 2 treasurers instead of 1, so that the fundraisers are more sturgidly and like more constant. It's just easier to get things signed. And we've been moving to increase exposure between the principal and the students. So monthly, we've been having our roundtable meetings where we discuss like, the student life, and sometimes Mr. Swan attends, and we talk about the food in the cafeteria. And so that's been like the building morale and class structure we've been talking a lot about lately. It's also at the end of the year, it's the end of my experience with student organization. And I mean, personally, it's been great for me. Best decision I ever made was to join it. Next year, though, they've been talking about integrating the Island Park students more with student organization, because usually it's a lot of Long Beach kids and not many Island Park kids attend. But it's hard to do, so we're just trying to like advertise more, maybe at the club fair, at orientation. And then we just had our final blood drive of the year, and it was very successful. And we actually got enough blood donated to receive 2 scholarships this year to give to seniors. And then next year at the carnival, we're looking at companies to present to the district to make homecoming next year more exciting for the community. And for the past few weeks, we've been trying to figure out ways to drum up more student participation in like sporting events, like hockey games, football games, lacrosse games throughout the year. So like just boost school spirit. Yeah.
Great job, thank you. At this point, we're asking for questions and comments from the public on tonight's agenda only. If you have a comment, please, there's a card up there, fill it out on items. Hearing none?
Ms. Domeletti, do we have any comments on the agenda, or are they all just general?
They are general. There is one parent who'd like to speak about OM.
I think they may have left out. Ice cream place. Is that parent here?
It's
Oh,
me.
it's you, all right.
Hello.
Fun.
Hi, I need to look at the agenda public for, So hi, do I need to say all my stuff, or are we all going?
Yes, name and address.
No, we don't have to do that.
We'll do this, the card.
Yeah, what? Yeah, there you go. I'm good? All right. Thanks. So, hello, Dr. Gallagher and all our board members. As we celebrate with our children their accomplishments over the past year, and the year's Odyssey of the Mind program has changed in so many ways and is absolutely incredible. And at the end of this, I'll speak about my child in particular, but all of the children that have been doing this. And my daughter was in Odyssey of the Mind, and I think it is one of the best programs and clubs that we have. Even though my daughter is going to LISC and it, came in first and all this, I love this, all of the things that we have for academics for these children. We have appreciated all of the previous financial backing, and we are concerned over the future of this program. Mr. McConnell and Mrs. T has taken children from one level of competition and into the next level, where they have had success beyond our wildest expectations. They have been so proud to be Long Beach and get on stage to represent our community and our district. And like you said, Alexis, it's amazing to have these programs and have programs that are more geared for thinking outside the box, problem solving, and things that are really very academic and change the lives of these children. Going forward, we have heard the possibility of having to pay for registration, having our coaches needing to use their own bank to travel with their teams, and having to pay their own way. How can the district continue to cut funding to a program where the students do so well? I mean, these kids, like first and third in the world, competing with countries, Japan, Korea, Poland. I mean, the experience there is certainly unmatched, and I haven't seen it anywhere else. As for our fundraising efforts for next year, we would like to have some concise expectations so we can proceed to be sure that our students are not disappointed. This is a big issue for all of us, and we're trying to understand like what is going to happen and where we are. Can we talk about that now, or I just throw that out there and we leave it on its face? Because this is really important, and and I just want to say something about like the sports, where there's always money for sports and kids. There was not one issue with these children when we go away in all of the years of Odyssey of the Mind. This is one specific club where these kids put in so much work, so much time, and they are the most respectful, fun children, and they just they won the gamut of like where they are in school, and it is something that would be a tragedy if we couldn't continue this for this district.
So I can tell you, Leah, just what we have discussed as a board and central administration team, everything that you said is true, and OM is wonderful, and we certainly support the program. There is no other comparable program where we send students to a world competition. And it was costing the district over $100,000 to do it. That's a tremendous amount of money for any activity, whether it's athletics, arts, academics, in any case. What we had said this year was we really are not encouraging our district to participate in worlds. We felt that for elementary, middle school kids, it was enough of a competition and a challenge and an exciting experience to compete at the state level. If parents want to fundraise or pay their own way for worlds, of course, I mean, we can't stop people from doing that. We, this year, paid for the registration fees for the teams. And we came to an agreement with the coaches that if they want to do this again for next year, we won't dock them, they won't have to use their personal time. But we really felt that we had to draw the line in supporting it beyond that financially as a district. If that's something the board wants to revisit, we certainly can. In no way is it diminishing what we think is a wonderful program, it's just being realistic about what the taxpayer dollars can support.
So we're okay, so just to be clear, so the Board of Ed and the district will pay for the registration fees for those who are, no, they're not paying anything.
For states, we do pay for.
States, but not registration fees
Correct.
for
Correct. We
World.
did that this year because there was some confusion.
Okay, so, and that's where we are, but if we're fundraising for it and the coaches are not gonna be docked or anything like that?
Right.
Okay, just wanted to have.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Okay, at this time, we're gonna move on to the presentations of the superintendent.
I'd ask the board to, before we do certificate, could the district clerk please read a walk-on resolution?
Resolved that pursuant to section 913 of the education law, the employee named in executive session and referred to as employee A may be directed by the superintendent to appear for a medical examination in the office of Dr. Ira Feingold. And it is further resolved that Dr. Ira Feingold is hereby appointed school medical inspector pursuant to section 913 of the education law in order to evaluate said employee's ability to perform her duties as an employee of the district.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
A second? Any discussion? Ms. Belsey?
Yes.
Dr. Ryan?
Yes, that's fine, yes.
Ms. Pace?
Yes, as amended.
And I vote yes as amended.
Item 1, certificated personnel.
Motion made.
Second.
Any discussion?
I would just like to say a couple things. First off, Mr. Nuss, I still have a picture of the two of us that was taken a million years ago. He was sitting in my classroom with that same wonderful smile that you're wearing tonight. And I just want to congratulate you on your appointment tonight. You deserve it. Well
Thank you.
done. And then, Mr. Webbel, I don't even know what to say. You wear so many hats for us, and you wear them well, and you make us proud every day. So welcome to your new position at Long Beach High School. Wish you all the best.
Any other comments? I second what Ms. Belsey said.
Agreed.
I vote.
I vote yes. I vote
Yes.
Dr. Ryan?
Yes.
Ms. Pace?
Yes.
I vote yes. Congratulations.
Item 2, non-certificated personnel.
Motion made.
Second.
Any discussion? Ms. Belsey?
Yes.
Dr. Ryan?
Yes.
Ms. Pace?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
Items 3 and 5 require no action. They're second readings of revised policies. However, item 4 is the adoption of revised policy 7350 on timeout and physical restraint. Just, you're voting just on item 4.
Can I get a motion for item 4?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. I just want to thank the superintendent, Dr. Brancaccio, Mrs. Familetti. Sometimes doing policy is worse than watching paint dry. You go through so many documents and so many regulations that it takes a long time. So I just wanted to thank them for their efforts, and also Mrs. Conway, who's also on the policy committee. Thank you.
Ms. Belsey, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Dr. Ryan?
Yes.
Ms. Pace?
Yes.
And I vote yes.
And I'd ask the board to take items 6 through 11.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the theater guild now. Is Lindell their home, or is the middle school their home, or do they have a home, or do they have multiple homes?
Well, their home depends on what's going on in our home, actually. So we actually looked at trying to move them to the middle school this year. We thought it might be better space for them and might be more convenient for us, but it conflicted with so many events in the middle school auditorium. So for now, they're remaining at Lindell.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Ms. Belsi?
Yes.
Dr. Ryan?
Yes,
Ms. Pace?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Board of Education, any additional new or old business? All right, moving on. Questions and comments from the public on any item? Ms. Benedetti?
Dan Creighton.
Good evening. My name is Dan Creighton. I'm the city manager of Long Beach. First, let me congratulate all the awardees tonight. I think that's impressive. It's good to see that the city's future is in good hands. Congratulations to all of them. I originally didn't plan on speaking tonight, but I feel it's important to get some facts out. As I know a lot of conversations have been had since our last city council meeting regarding West School and its playground. It's important for everyone to know that I've worked hard since I started a year and a half ago, together with the school district, to foster a better working relationship between the school and the city, as we both serve the taxpayers of our residents of the city. I believe both are integral parts of the city, and our success or failure depends on each other. At last week's city council meeting, we approved the city's capital plan, which is our wish list, not necessarily what we'll be able to accomplish, but what we'd like to do. One of the items on the capital plan is a plan to solve the parking issues in the West End, which, as we know, is a big issue that we all want to solve. That being said, I approached the school district approximately a year ago, I believe it was in August, to discuss the possibility of a parking structure at West School. There have been many discussions by phone, email, and in person, since with the understanding that we need to get it included in the city's capital budget, we need to move forward fairly quickly, but thoughtfully. All discussions were positive. I even believe I had a short conversation with one of the school board members, who also at the time said that he thought it was a good idea. So any conversation about this being done in the vacuum is fairly inaccurate. The discussions focused on solving two issues: parking or lack thereof on the West End, and the need for a new and improved playground for the West School. By combining forces, we could work together on a new and improved structure that would benefit the community and the community's children. The school district would benefit, and the city would benefit. This is one of the true situations where we actually have a win-win situation. Since our council meeting, I did some research and see that this was not the great, unique idea I thought it was. The 2018 comprehensive plan for the city did significant outreach to the public, in which this site was proposed as a parking garage of up to 5 stories. Surprisingly, I'm shocked by this. The overwhelming feedback from the residents on the West End was positive, receiving the highest level of public support for the entire comprehensive plan. Now, I do not personally believe a 5-story building is appropriate in the West End. I do not even believe multiple stories is appropriate. I do believe, however, that an at-grade parking structure there is a major addition that alleviates a significant portion of the parking shortage for the West End. It is centrally located to serve both residents and businesses alike. I believe this is a game changer for the area, a true game changer, which does not come up often. Furthermore, I believe it has little to no downside to the school district. In fact, I will list some of the positives as well as alleviate some of the concerns I've heard since the meeting. Aside from increasing parking for residents and customers for the businesses, we would provide parking for school staff during school hours. The lot is expected to see most of its usage in the evenings, weekends, and summer when school is not in session. While school is in session, it is perfect for school employee parking. As for the schoolyard, which is in need of replacement or upgrade currently, I do not propose any change, except location, on the roof of the parking structure. It would be the exact same dimensions with the exact same amenities. Furthermore, it would be removed from street level, which separates the children from the public, which I feel is positive. People may not always have good intentions, and separating children from the public is always a good thing. It is safer on the upper level. Furthermore, handicap ramps and elevators will be available to access the roof structure. The dedicated ramp will be accessible to the school property to restrict access for safety purposes, and proper lighting and security cameras will be included with direct access to the police department. I just wanted to come to this meeting to address some of the concerns I see on social media and answer any questions that people may have. I will be available after the meeting to discuss with anyone who may have questions, and make myself available to the school board or school administration that may want to discuss this further. We can do it individually, in groups, I don't mind, I'll make myself available at any time. I just want to point out we're a community, and the input of our community is important. We need to work together for our community, the taxpaying residents, to both us and to you. I see this as a positive again, with little downside, but understand my opinion is not shared by everyone. However, I do think the benefit to the residents far outweigh the negatives that may be presented. Thank you for your time and for allowing me to speak. I can answer questions now, I can take them afterwards, I can set up a meeting to discuss further, group or individually. But again, I just want to thank you for the time to speak and appreciate everything, the time that you gave me.
Thank you, Mr. Creighton, appreciate it.
Can I just make a few comments?
Sure.
First of all, thank you for coming. Second of all, I don't attend city council meetings and I don't watch them. So I don't know what was said there and I don't follow the social media. So I don't know. I only know what was shared by the superintendent about this project. I'm open to having a conversation. However, from what I've understood of the project, I disagree with you that I do think there are more disadvantages than advantages, and that's just my personal opinion. I also have heard from people in the community that largely disagree with you as well, that have children in the schools. So from my perspective, though I'm very open to listen, and that's going to be up to the board whether they want to do a meeting with you or not. Typically, we don't do that, and the time I've been on the board, I don't think I can ever think of the time that we've sat down with any members of the city council.
Which I believe is a shame.
I'm willing to change that. I'm not saying that that's, I'm just saying the precedent is there. But I do appreciate you coming and raising it as something that we should be thinking about. And I just wanted to make sure that you know that I'm here.
Absolutely, I appreciate your comments. I think everybody, has an opinion, and that mine isn't always right, and neither is anyone else's. But I will say, the feedback we've gotten from the community, including the 2018 capital plan, not capital plan, comprehensive plan, is fairly significant on the positive side. I do understand there are people with negative opinions. There are always going to be positives and negatives. I would say if you do some reach out, you'll see the positives far outweigh the negatives. But that being said, I'm more than willing to talk to anyone that has and have a conversation about it.
And Dan, just so you know, I think Michael communicated with you. We had a conversation. We had some significant concerns just in terms of safety, security, aesthetics. And I'm happy to talk to you about that.
I'd love the chance.
Great, thank you again, sir. Anyone else from the public?
Angela Scalero.
Hello, Angela Scalero. I'm actually a West School parent, and my comment card was simply to ask the board's position on the parking structure. So I didn't come with a full list of my bullets prepared to follow up Mr. Creighton. But since we're here, I will start out by asking the board's position on the parking structure. With a clarifying question of who ultimately owns that decision, and has that final decision been made?
I mean, I can, we conveyed to the city that we were not in favor of the project.
And who owns that property, just to be clear? The district, okay. So just some points to counter that proposal. I do happen to live on Louisiana Street on the beach end, so a stone's throw from the school. In terms of benefiting the neighborhood, post Sandy, my block now has 12 street parking spaces available. On that block alone, we have 4 5, if you count south of Ocean View, houses where 4 to 5 single unmarried individuals live in each home. So if you do the basic math on that, that's more cars than we have parking on our block alone. So I think addressing those issues would truly mitigate the parking problem, not building a structure that's up to five stories high. If you think about, if I buy a bigger house, I'm going to fill that house with more things. If we build a bigger parking structure, we're going to invite more 4 to 5 roommate households to rent there. Move to Long Beach, there's more parking. I would also invite you to ask some of the locals for their ring cam footage on a weekend evening after 10 p.m. Where people have set up booby traps of buckets of water to catch those who are urinating on their property. And that's in open spaces, that's not an enclosed parking garage. Obviously, our school administration and our PTA board have had conversations about this. Putting an enclosed structure, obviously lighting, security would all be factors considered in the West End, where it's fairly notorious on weekends. One image we couldn't get out of our heads was, what would it look like for our principals the day after Irish Day, having to comb through the parking structure in preparation for the next day of school. In terms of, safety, we have pre-K students, possibly 40 at a time after lunch, that are taken to recess by lunch aides. How will that look in an elevator? Obviously, this would be fenced in on the rooftop, but will it be caged in? Balls fly over. Maybe the children will not, but the balls will fly over. How does that affect passersby down below? And have the residents on either side of that block been consulted on this? So I obviously welcome the opportunity to further discuss this. I do have quite a list of bullets that I'd like to share.
Thank you so much. Any other questions or comments from the public?
Kalalis.
Oh, okay, great. So, like I said, first, thank everyone. I'm one of the parents of the hockey team, so thank you for letting us go to national. We had a great time. We have a little bit of leftover fundraising money that we have, and we'd like to donate it to the school to purchase uniforms for the boys. The current uniforms all have their national emblem on it, and it would be a nice thing to give to the seniors and the boys to have for the rest of their lives. You know, the one time they went to nationals. And this way, we'll give them new jerseys, and they can keep their jerseys. And the donation money does not come from any GoFundMe money. It has nothing to do with GoFundMe money. I have it documented how the GoFundMe money was spent, so you don't have to worry about it coming from there. It came from a raffle.
Ms. Kalalis, you always have the ability to make a donation to the school district. But I think the issue was directing the donation for a specific purpose.
So we can't make a specific purchase of uniforms, right? Okay, can we purchase uniforms and then just donate them, like the actual fabric to you, like order uniforms and then just give them to you?
I guess I'm just confused why you can't just use the money to make the jerseys.
That's what I wanted to, but she said we can't.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many jerseys the school district purchases, so that was my original question, was how many do you purchase? Like, do you purchase 20 uniforms every year, or every couple of years, or do you purchase 40? Like, I don't know. And that was my question, I never had a response to that question when I asked, how
Yeah, I
many
think
orders?
this sounds like a workable project. We'll take it offline and have a discussion, right? Sounds
All right,
good.
okay, because it was told no, so that's why I'm trying to.
Yeah, the original question, we said no because, so we're restricted in how we can accept donations. It's not our rules, it's New York State rules, and we have to account for things in certain ways. If that money was from a GoFundMe page and it was supposed to be going towards a trip, we can't do that.
Right, and I told you it did not come from that.
So we can follow up with this.
Right, the money didn't come from the GoFundMe, that money specifically went to the busing and then to the children.
All right.
So, and then on the West End school thing, I thought it was kind of neat, an idea, just excitement. I just think putting a grass field, like you put a nice like turf field up there, I kind of thought it nice, since the kids only have cement. Or maybe put a turf field in the West End so that the little kids can actually, run and not be on cement. Anyway, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from the public?
Sarah Mordecki.
Mordecki.
Sorry.
I'm Sarah Mordecki. I'm a parent for a middle school child, Mira Mordecki. I think you got to hear her sing last week. So I wanted to come by tonight because there were a few cuts to the budget made this year, and they sort of have direct effect on students like my daughter Mira. Students that have ADHD, students with that would benefit from alternative learning, students that thrive with arts programs, and students that truly will benefit from mental health resources that the school provides. Being a middle school kid is not that easy, and finding out where you fit in and belong has a lot of challenges. Mira is very successful this year with the transition to middle school, and that is a direct result of the arts programs and the Long Beach Reach program. The theater and arts programs have inspired her to go to school every day, and she looks forward to working with teachers like Ms. Cohn, especially next year in the theater program. And while we are hopeful that Mira will get to enjoy that new learning opportunity, we are concerned that the cut in hours for her teacher may end in her losing that opportunity with such a highly skilled professional as Mrs. Cohn. I know that other parents perhaps here tonight may feel strongly about her skills and teaching, and cuts her hours are detrimental to those students. Another vital resource that Mira has relied on this year is the counseling provided by Long Beach Reach. Having a person that Mira can talk to in school has been amazing for her overall mental health. Mental health services are very costly for families, and having programs like Long Beach Reach pulled from the school can make it untenable for some families to access those resources. Every child's success story in school is different. I know every child is different, but programs like theater and mental health programs lead to more successful students. They provide more equitable opportunities and care for our kids. Students should have teachers that light up their minds and in the subjects that they are passionate about. And all students should be given the opportunity to reach out for support when they need it. Thanks very much.
Ms. Mordecki, I just two quick things. First of all, Mira is wonderful, she has a gorgeous voice. Second, we have not cut the arts programs at all. The same arts programs will exist. I can't discuss personnel issues with you.
Sure.
We're not really supposed to even allow people to address staff members by name at board meetings. We didn't make any cuts to the theater program, and we did not make any cuts to mental health. We're moving REACH to an after-school mental health clinic model because so many parents have said they have difficulty accessing counseling and therapy outside of school. We are backfilling them with our own staff who can provide in-school counseling, who can kind of be better prepared to refer them then to REACH. We're talking with REACH about setting up either a clinic either at the high school or at one of our elementary schools, or both after school, where we could refer students to. But it wasn't a cut, it was actually just a better model that would provide more help for more people.
I think that's great. I do think it's a really great program to have during the school day for kids, especially maybe not even my kid, but just kids that, maybe their school day is the most vital point of their day. And to try to get a kid in a program when they can't get the help, or when it's less difficult for parents to get them there. When I speak about that, I sort of speak about kids that maybe have a difficult home situation, or kids that would struggle to try to get to a different building after school. The program is just so beneficial to my kid, but I know it branches out to other kids, and sometimes the easiest way to get care is to make it most accessible, especially for the most needy kids. So I just have that in mind, and I really do appreciate that you are keeping the program. But thanks so much, and I'm sorry I couldn't teach you.
Sure.
Michael and Dawn Macaluso, Boscannon.
I, Board of Education. I'm just gonna say, give you a speech real quick. My name is Michael Mekulis of Boscannon. I'm an 11th grader here at Long Beach High School. First, I want to say I have had amazing teachers in Long Beach High School, and our theater teacher is one of them right at the top on the list. In our theater teacher class, I learned more in 1 year than I have in the past years of high school theater all put together. There is no one else that can teach all we need to know to be successful in this craft. She has so much education and experience, and she's shared it all with us. She tries to teach us to be better human beings also, and treat each other with dignity and respect. You know, it's a tough crowd in theater, and sometimes you want to give up, but she won't let you, and she will help you be strong enough to move forward and to be successful in this field. She doesn't just know how to sing, dance, and act. She understands how to teach teens and kids through trial, error, heart, and understanding. We are afraid to lose her. We don't understand why you guys aren't. I guess, I don't know, maybe you need to take a class and for yourself to see how much of an asset she is. Hopefully you guys can see the bigger picture and make the right choice, the choice for all of us students, and the future, and the right choice for the future of the Long Beach High School Theater Department. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary Boscannon.
Good evening, school board members. I have requested that someone read this statement aloud at tonight's meeting, as my current teaching schedule does not allow me to attend. My name is Brooke Robin Derriman, and I am the Director of Professional Youth Theater, as well as the Co-Director of the Dance School here in Long Beach. It is my great pleasure to work with many of the young people in the Long Beach School District who are interested in the performing arts. I understand that there has recently been some discussion about downsizing theater education at the high school level. I would like to respectfully lend my voice to the conversation. For the past 10 years, I've seen many of my students benefit from the presence of theatrical education in the school setting. While the opportunities that my companies offer provide students with enrichment outside of school, for many students interested in the performing arts, they need something that will anchor them and keep them engaged day to day. Theater often attracts students who might otherwise not feel seen or heard. Perhaps a student isn't a star athlete who struggles academically. They will often find a place of creativity and acceptance in theater, and that can be a lifeline for students looking for a place in the world. At Professional Youth Theater, we feel strongly that students should be well trained in the disciplines that make up musical theater. So offering an after-school club where students perform is simply not enough to fully understand and embrace the art form. Providing students with small enough classes that are specific to their level and interest is key to keeping them engaged. I understand that funding is limited, but I urge you to consider the impact that a robust, comprehensive theater program could have on your student body. I joined this theater teacher and many others in advocating for the continuation of this programming at Long Beach High School. Thank you for your time and consideration. Ms. Brooke Robin, Director of Professional Youth Theater.
Thank you.
Dr. Gallagher, can you just reiterate for the public that we are not in any way reducing our program?
Correct, that's correct.
Our
So
program
theater- yeah, so
is staying the same.
we have always run our theater in-school classes over the past 10 years in conjunction with another subject. So we've never had a 1.0 theater position. That fluctuates year to year depending on how many students select a class. Or in some cases, as is true this year, we have like only 2 students who select a certain section and we co-seated with another section. We do that in every subject. We do that with AP Chemistry, offering it every other year because we don't have enough to fill a section each year. It's part of what we have to do to maintain our programs, including the theater program.
Thank you. I think it's important that we clarify that. Thank you so much.
Juliana Carmichael.
Hello. I just wanted to thank Mr. Craig for coming and speaking about the schoolyard, because it has been a big question. I'm actually a resident, West School parent, formerly parent in district, and I stare at the slide every single day from my desk at home that I work at. Everything that Angela had mentioned, living down the block, times 10 amplified by me in fears. From the height and the elevation, hearing 5 stories, and I'm petrified, having watched, okay, not 5, 2, but petrified because I watch these kids and I watch my daughter. West School is one of the schools where they take advantage of the outsourced space so drastically. And we as the residents that don't have in that space very high multi-homes, that would just be ridiculous to me. And we police what happens in that schoolyard. So like Irish Day is an extreme, but there is stuff that happens and we protect that space all day, even in daylight. And we help educate and teach the kids on Saturday and Sunday that are enjoying that space. So the neighborhood children who have gone to West and go through West, how did they get to appreciate? We're losing so much opportunity and space that, like, towards the school board, I don't see how it's a benefit. And homeowner there prior to 2018, and I spoke with some of my neighbors the last couple of days, they came up to me because the schoolyard was closed this weekend and the last couple of weekends, and they don't understand why. If I told them about this change, I could only imagine what my neighbors would say. So I thought this was a new thing, considering how much I've spoken with them just because the gate was locked. I really encourage the school board not to continue on with this. I think there's some great ideas that we can come up with about improving, but brings, outdoor space is outdoor space, and those kids, they do class lessons outside of that space. It's not just recess. It's gym class, it's English class, it's reading buddy time, it's heart pose time. It's not just recess. So please consider.
And we do have funds allocated in the bond to improve that outdoor space.
I love it.
Anyone else?
No, I just want to come, thank you, and I want to thank the other mom, I'm not sure, Miriam, I'm sorry, but I'm listening to what you guys are saying, and I do not live in the West End, but I know what happens down there, and I can predict it as well, and I'm having a little bit of deja vu with some of the things we've dealt with this year with the community and our schools, and I really don't want to revisit that, so I'm going to implore you guys over there at the city council to keep that in mind. We've had a lot of drama with our schools and our communities, and I'm feeling a little anxiety for my fellow West School families, and it's not making me feel comfortable as a school board member. So I need to say that out loud.
Long Beach Classroom Teachers Association.
All right, come on up, man.
Karen Boone, LBCTA. Just a quick congratulations to all the students and teachers from tonight, and to people specifically in this room that we are very happy about, Mr. Noss and Mr. Weber. Congratulations to both, and we look forward to lots of years together. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, PT's my HPG. Congratulations to all the students who were recognized for their accomplishments tonight, and for thanks to the teachers for their dedication to the programs. Also, congratulations to Mr. Noss and Mr. Webble on the new positions and appointments in Liddell High School. Thank you.
Thank you. Group C? Parent teachers? First initiative. Hold on. Group C, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Carissa Mann, Shelby SEA. I joined my two other union reps in congratulating all the awardees today and all of the students and their accomplishments, and congratulations to Mr. Weber and Mr. Moss. I very much look forward to seeing you every day.
Thank you very much. All right, we're up.
Really awesome to see the amount of awards that these kids got and how phenomenal they are, and the staff members that make it all happen. Amy had to go to Marvell because they were celebrating. Her son had lots of great moments, so, we're sorry we can't be here. But Mr. Webbel, super excited for you and moving on up to the high school. And Ann's not here, but I did congratulate her already, and so happy for her 3 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With that, can I get a motion to close?
Motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Congratulations, all.